In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to properly photograph and edit your work. This lesson is important because you won't be physically handing in your work for a grade. Instead, you'll be uploading these photos to certain links that I'll provide you with. But this lesson is also important for another reason. As of now, digital submission of your work is necessary for applying to gallery shows, for a grant, for a juried exhibition, or even for a scholarship. For all of those things, you need to know how to document your work properly and to build a digital archive. Now, many of you probably don't own a professional camera. However, the technology in your smartphone has advanced dramatically over the years and can totally get you by for this process. The key to photographing two-dimensional work is lighting. Not only does the work need to be well lit to capture the crisp detail, but light also needs to be even across the work's surface. This means there should be no hot spots or areas of the work that are better lit than others. Now, you probably don't have any professional studio lights either. That's okay, because you can use the sun and the north-facing side of the building. To do this, you photograph the artwork in the shade. The camera also needs to be in the shade when you photograph as well. If the artwork is in the shade and you're photographing in the sun, the camera will pick up on the direct sunlight and it won't turn out right. You also want to keep the artwork positioned close to 90 degrees as possible to keep the lighting even. So let's see what this looks like. As you can see, I have my artwork at almost 90 degrees and photographing with the camera in the shade. Now, watch how I use my phone. You'll see that I toggle it back and forth and rotate my phone. There are two reasons for this. Reason number one, you want your camera parallel to the artwork. Not having your camera parallel will result in a distorted image. The second reason why I'm doing this is because I want to fill the picture mostly with the artwork. In other words, you want to fill the picture plane with the art to minimize the background. So get close to the artwork and be mindful of the orientation of your phone. Hold your phone in portrait for vertical works and in landscape for horizontal works. Sometimes the surface you put your artwork on can give off reflective light, creating hot spots. To neutralize this, you can use a dark colored t-shirt. Your drawing board can also help if you're getting reflective light from the background. So try to document against neutral surfaces to avoid this. It's important to note, if you're using the sun, this means that certain times of the day, during certain seasons, will be better than others. So keep a mental note on what times those are. Also, overcast, cloudy skies are the perfect lighting for artwork. When photographing, I recommend turning grid lines on. To do this, simply go into Settings, scroll down to Camera, and turn your grid to On. Grid lines can help you take straighter photos and takes the guesswork out of toggling your phone. Once a photo is taken, it's time to edit. The main thing that you need to do is crop your photo tightly around your artwork. If you have these features, they're helpful for adjusting angles, tilts, and rotations. Your phone more than likely will allow you to rotate. Now, there are some editing features that are dangerous, but people love to use them. If you're needing to use these, you've probably took a bad photograph. The only feature here worth using is sharpening, but even that feature can create a false image if overdone. The purpose of editing is to crop, rotate the image, and make the image look as close to the artwork as it does in real life. This may call for a tweaking here and there of contrast, maybe brightness. But in general, if you took a good photograph, you won't need to fix any of these things. Instagram is filled with photographed art that overuses these features like saturation, making them untrue to how they actually exist. If a collector bought this piece based on this image alone, they would have every right to demand their money back once they saw the real thing. So you don't want to be known for having dishonest photos. Once editing is finished, it's time to save your work to an album. This starts your archive and will ensure you know exactly where to find your work to upload it for submitting. By incorporating this practice with your work in general, not only will you be able to submit your work for a grade in this class, but you'll also be in a position ready to act on artist opportunities beyond this class. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope it serves you beyond Art 109.